future, because, you know, the comfort zone, being comfortable is the way the lads have described it. And some Arsenal fans, the number is growing, but it's hard to put a figure on it, but some Arsenal fans are unhappy with this kind of success that they've had, but they want more. They want to be winning this thing. They want to be challenging and winning Premier League titles.
Yeah, I think they do want that. There's two phases to Wenger's career. First 10 years at Arsenal were hugely successful. Inherited players like Adams and Martin Keown, who were strong at the back. Then he brought in Henry, Vieira, Overmars, Pires. He was the first Premier League manager to really look outside of England, get the best players from Europe, and build wonderful teams. The last 10 years, he hasn't really delivered very much. He seems to have thought he might discover young players like Theo Walcott. Didn't discover him playing for Southampton, buy him relatively cheaply, and that he'd build a team that way. But that hasn't worked. And now they do get in the top 4 every year. They go to Europe, they get knocked out. That's the pattern. He is an austere man. He's from a part on the French-German border, Alsace. They're known for their austerity and their severe view of like certain Scots, Highland Scots are like that too. They don't like to be profligate. They don't like to waste money. They don't like to pay inflated fees. They don't like that kind of showy thing. And I think he is a man of his place. So he hasn't engaged in what he has described in relation to Manchester City and Chelsea as financial doping. He describes the inflated wages and inflated transfer fees that are bandied around in Europe and in the Premier League now, say 100 million euros for Pogba. That would give him a headache that would never go away, because it's too much, it's profligate, it's mad. That's the way he sees it.
But he has spent a fair few quid on his team in recent times.
He has been forced, I think, against his will, to spend money. I don't think he likes to. I think he's a prudent, you know, he's prudent. One other thing must be acknowledged. They were transferred from Highbury to the Emirates. He couldn't spend money in that period. It was a big transition for the club. They have a magnificent new stadium, and he kept them still in the top 4, still going to Europe every year, throughout what must have been a very difficult transition. There's a lot in his favour, but I think the fans are entitled to ask questions. And I would hate to see him sacked. And Stan Kroenke, the guy who runs Arsenal, American multi-billionaire, who isn't in the cabinet, but Donald Trump might put him there yet. But at the moment, he thinks Arsenal's my man. He's the manager of Arsenal Football Club. He can stay as long as he wants.
And